Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming back my good friend Katie La Rosa from the Bay Area. I'm having her on the show today to talk about movies. Apparently she likes a lot of movies and I did not know that about her. And she's going to come on the podcast today and we're going to talk movies. Also, probably get into some taboo subjects later. And I can't wait. It's going to be pretty awesome. Katie is the most awesome chick in the world, and she's a good friend, and I love her. So, here is my new interview with Katie La Rosa.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up, Katie? How are you today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, love?
Just, trying to get back into, into the situation of, post-holiday.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that 100%. It's not a fun grind to get back to.
Yeah, did you have a good holiday season?
I did. Lots of family. Got to spend time with my best friend. Lots of gift giving and gift getting, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
You?
I had just a low key year and stuff. My mom. This is the first Christmas she's been home in like 2 years because she was up in the Bay Area working, and finally she's retired this year. So we just got to hang out and eat mostly, and I'm just freaking out because I found out that I'm on the cusp of pre-diabetes, and so I'm just trying to get my health in check.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So I got that all that going on, but it was a nice Christmas. I got a lot of movies that I bought off of eBay.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like old school movies or what?
Yeah, old 80s movies and stuff.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So that was good.
We just totally binge watched because we bought Disney Plus Samantha bought Disney Plus for my birthday in November, and so we've been watching. It's kind of like Netflix, like it gives you movies, but then when you watch one movie, it kind of snowballs, as I say, into other movies. So like we started watching Cool Runnings, which I haven't watched like commercial free in I can't even tell you how many years.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off. We watched Blank Check.
Oh.
I can't even, there were things in that movie that I don't even remember. Oh my gosh, just so many. I'm trying to think of what else we watched. Sandlot, what was the other? We watched, Rookie of the Year. That was the one.
I'm due to watch that. It's been a long time since I saw Rookie of the Year.
Do it. It's such a good movie.
I'll tell you something.
I love that movie.
Something traumatizing happened to me in 5th grade, though. Everyone used to say that I had a big butt when we would play kickball or something, and we would have an end of the year kickball game, the teachers versus the students, and
that's fun.
Yeah, and back then my name was TJ, so they'd say TJ has a big butt, TJ has a big butt. It fucking traumatized me, I'll tell you.
Oh my gosh, that is straight up Rookie of the Year.
But Blank Check, oh my God, I saw that in the theater at Tanforan because all the other theaters in town was not playing it. And
oh, really?
Yeah, because that movie just crashed and burned at the box office.
Okay, well that makes sense considering it's, But I didn't even realize, I missed Tanforan Theater. That was such a good movie theater.
Yeah, fuck, I can't believe it's been gone for a long time. The last movie I saw there was Man on the Moon in 1999.
I can't even remember, actually, the last movie I saw there. I remember the theater down the street from Tanforan, and I remember seeing Titanic there probably 8 times because I absolutely love that movie so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think, though, at San Fran, like, what the last movie was. We went to the drive-ins last night. They have a drive-in down in San Jose.
Really? It's
And
still there?
the one here in Burlingame is, there's, like, buildings on it. They did construction on that side of 101.
Mm-hmm.
There's buildings there. So the closest drive-in theater to us in Burlingame is San Jose.
Yeah.
Like, up off of, like, I don't know, I'm not that familiar with San Jose. I think it's 87 or something, like 280, 87 off that, like, Haskell something.
Mm-hmm.
But it was awesome because we paid $8 each,
Mm-hmm.
just the two of us, and we missed the first 20 minutes of Frozen 2, and then we watched the new Star Wars. I honestly could have done without the Frozen 2 movie. It wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
just my opinion. But it was pretty cool, the experience of, it's different now because of technology. You pull up, you park, and then you put on your radio station, and that's how you get the movie feed through your car. They don't have the little speakers that you hang on your window anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which I kind of like because then you didn't waste your car battery, but now you have to use your car, and you have to either have jumper cables or be next to someone and plan, like, hey, I'm going to need you to jump my car later.
Mm-hmm.
Our car is so new that it just automatically turned off after a while. It's like a function of like, okay, this has been idling for way too long. It's not running, so it's going to shut off. But we were lucky our car didn't actually fully die. But it was so fun. I love going to the drive-in.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Well, towards the end of Burlingame, they had that thing where you could actually listen to the movie on your car radio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
My dad took me to so many movies at that drive-in.
I love the drive-in.
Yeah, I do too. It's.
Oh, man.
I knew about that one in San Jose. I just didn't know it was still there.
I'm glad it's still there, though, because it's kind of like, I like that experience. I like being able to, I don't know, like they're closing Talbot Toyland downtown San Mateo, and I just feel like that's really sad because now kids can't go to
Mm-hmm.
a toy store. Like, I get the convenience of Amazon and shopping online and things like that, but, like, even the toy section at Target it's not a toy store. It's not, I feel like that was one of the biggest things I loved going to the toy store and playing and looking at things, just like how I loved going to the movie store and renting movies. Every Friday, my dad would take us to the movie store, and we each got to rent whatever movie we wanted to.
Yeah.
As long as obviously it wasn't like totally inappropriate and whatnot, but it was something that was just every week that was something we were able to do. And like now you can't. I mean, yeah, they have Redbox, but even that experience is not the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look at Redbox. I never rented anything from Redbox ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Never had any desire to, mainly because you have to pay with your card, and just like I'm very selective with where I use my card at.
That makes sense. That's good too. That's a good. I mean, I don't know, and it's just like not like you necessarily save or anything like that, but it's just still that experience of like. I don't know. I miss going to the freaking movie store. It's sad. Like, when I go to off Burlingame Avenue to where we always went to a movie store,
Yeah.
Go to Blockbuster for the longest time. We went to the smaller mom-and-pop place. It was called Sneak Preview Video.
Oh, yeah. I never rented there, but I remember it.
Off of Howard, between Howard and Burlingame Avenue. That was our spot. That was just some place that we just always went to. And then they closed it, and oh, gosh. Sad days.
Mm-hmm.
We're old.
Yeah. But my dad had a lifetime membership at this Burlingame video store that only lasted probably about 10 or 12 years that it was open for. Then it disappeared. But my dad had a lifetime membership there. But we never rented there when I was a kid. He was renting there like maybe a year or two before I was born.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Because we had Shoreview Video in my neighborhood, and we had another video store over at Parkside Plaza that closed down probably around 91, 92. That for some reason my parents never wanted to go there, but we went to Shoreview Video, and then we'd go to the Warehouse and Blockbuster, and see those places. And then after I graduated high school, I was living over by Foster City Video, and I used to rent there, and also rented at Movie Groove in Redwood City, and then back to Shoreview Video again.
Yes! Oh, I love it.
I bought most of their VHS stock of all the places before they closed, and I had to give it all away when I was living on the street for a while.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. But do you remember the first movie you ever saw?
It had to have been probably one of my top favorites. I would say it's probably Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
I could ask my mother to confirm this, because the movies I vividly remember watching as a child were Wizard of Oz, all of the Godfathers, Mary Poppins, to the point that my mom had to, hide it, Beauty and the Beast, and, movies like Full Metal Jacket, because my dad was in the Marine Corps.
Right.
That was something I vividly remember watching. When Good Morning Vietnam came on, or came out, I should say, that was another favorite of our household. We absolutely loved that movie. And, of course, Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters was my shit. My brother had so much Ghostbusters stuff, because he's 2 years older than I am.
Right.
That it was just, almost a lifestyle for us. I didn't have a Barbie house.
Mm-hmm.
Barbies I had played in the fight, we had my brother had a toy, Ghostbuster, firehouse type thing that opened up.
Right.
Play Ghostbusters inside the house. That was our, Barbie dream house. It's so legit.
Oh, yeah.
Wizard of Oz is still, an absolute classic. My mom loves Wizard of Oz, and that's still one of my ultimate favorite movies.
Yeah, mine too. Ghostbusters. Yeah, my brother got me into that early on. I could tell you the day it premiered on HBO. It premiered Sunday, May 4th, 1986, and we taped it probably around July. I remember my mom and my dad were burying my grandpa. They were out of town. We taped that movie, taped Gremlins the same week, or same weekend. I remember. God, it was so long ago, but I remember it very well. I wish I still had that tape. That was one of the ones I had to give away and stuff. The first movie I ever saw was Cannonball Run.
What was it called?
Cannonball Run. That's a race car comedy with Burt Reynolds.
Oh, okay. Okay, I feel like I can visualize. I just wrote that down so I can Google it later and look.
Yeah.
To see what I want to see. It sounds familiar, though, when she said Burt Reynolds. It sounds...
Oh, yeah. I watched that over and over again as a kid. It was just so funny to me. I was just obsessed with it. And I also watched... My parents showed me The Shining when I was a year old, and it just scared the shit out of me. And I still have the same tape it was on, but we taped it over for Back to the Future on April 24th, 1987. And if you rewind it all the way to the beginning, just before HBO's PG graphics come up, you can see Shelley Duvall talking to the doctor, and it's fucking spooky, I tell you. Yeah.
No, thank you. I've seen it once, and that was enough.
Yeah. I'm going to Monsterpalooza in May, the HorrorCon in LA, and they're doing a 40th anniversary. So.
Oh, wow.
I'm excited about that, yeah.
So exciting.
Yeah. What are your favorite movies of all time?
Gentlemen Prefer Blonde.
Oh, love it.
Mary Poppins.
Mm-hmm.
favorite movie of all time? Dirty Dancing.
I hate that movie.
So many people do, but it's such a classic. Mm-hmm. Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner. Nobody puts Baby in the corner.
Never.
Yeah, my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. I also love Night of the Comet.
Oh, good movie, yes.
Yes. Love The Breakfast Club, Clerks, Amadeus.
Good movie.
Rocky. Superman, the original.
Oh, yes. That's the only.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, yes.
God, there's so many horror movies I love, like Dawn of the Dead and Friday the 13th, the original, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
So cool.
There's so many, yeah. There's so many. But, oh my God, yeah, I can't believe you brought up Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. That one, like, never comes up.
I love Marilyn Monroe, like, from the time I, like, turned probably, like, 12. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how or why. I honestly think it's because I went to gun shows a lot as a kid with my dad. Mm-hmm. At the Cow Palace and at the county, well, back in the day, they had it at the county fairgrounds in San Mateo. But there were always people selling memorabilia. Mm-hmm. So my younger brother would always go for, like, the movie stuff, the horror stuff. Like, he loved horror movies. He loved scary stuff. And I would always see Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell and...
Like I do, yeah.
Paul and, like, all these beautiful women. And it's like, I remember asking my dad, like, who is that? And it's like, oh, that's Marilyn Monroe. And I just, for some reason, got totally obsessed with her to the point that I have biographies, like, all these different books about, like, her death, her life. I've done book reports on her back in the day. Like, my walls used to be covered in Marilyn Monroe. And I wholeheartedly believe the FBI had her killed.
Yeah.
Did you know she was a size 14? Like, can you imagine, like, how, it's just amazing that she was a size 14 and now, heaven forbid, a woman is a size 12 and they're considered, like, overweight. And it's like, look at Marilyn, like, that's just supposed to show the time, how much the times have changed. Like, she was a freaking bombshell and a half.
Oh, yeah, that can also be said about football players, back in the day, linemen would be about 210. Look at them now, like, close to 300.
True, that's very true.
Yeah. I love
about that.
I love the 7-Year Itch, and I remember, like, being 12, 13 years old renting that movie, and I nearly wore out the tape because I kept freaking pausing it a lot.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was another classic. I've kind of grown out of wanting that tattoo, but when I was younger, I wanted a portrait of Marilyn Monroe on my leg, and I wanted it to be the 7-Year Itch, white dress, flowy, like, still of her.
Yeah.
Love, like, she killed that. She killed it. Killed it.
You can still get it, though.
Absolutely. There's so many ideas. So many people are like, please stop getting tattoos. I'm like, yeah, okay, when hell freezes over.
Yeah.
Never that.
Yeah, my system couldn't take a tattoo now because of my accident with all the scar tissue and everything. But the one tattoo I wanted Bart Simpson mooning on my stomach so that my belly button could be his asshole.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've told you about my dad's tattoo on his belly, haven't I?
I don't remember. Tell me again.
It's a vagina.
Really?
So you obviously, maybe I've never told you. I'll have to take a picture of it the next time I see him. But he has, out of a science book, a friend of mine drew him a tattoo of the female genitalia. He wanted it to be very precise. So she basically took a picture, and so when you look in a science book, you know how it will say, like, split, and it has like the line that points to that part of the body. It was basically that, but without the lines in the word. And the butthole is his belly button.
Wow. Does he have an Audi?
Really? No.
Wow.
It is, yeah, I'll have to take a picture of it the next time I go up to see him.
Yeah.
It's like now as an adult, I kind of laugh at it almost because I kind of understand my dad more so now as an adult, but that's my father for you. Yep.
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to see that. Do you have a favorite genre?
I would have to say comedy. I mean, I don't not like any genre in specific, but I would have to say my favorite is comedy. I love a movie that can make me crack up.
Yeah.
And a good animated movie, too. Like, I love Disney in general. Like, I grew up loving Disney. I love Disneyland. I love Disney merchandise. I love the story of Walt Disney and his empire. But, like, we just watched, I don't know, actually, is it a DreamWorks film? I have to look it up now. The movie Abominable with the Yeti and the girl, and they go on an adventure. And at first I was kind of like, oh, this is slow. Like, I don't know if I can get into this movie. Yeah. It ended up making me bawl my eyes out. I absolutely loved it. A movie that makes me cry is also something that is, like, unforgettable. Like, if I cry watching it, like, I cried last night watching Star Wars. But I think that's just because I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
probably the only person in the whole universe that cried watching that movie, and I'm okay with that. Very okay with it.
Yeah, I'm a comedy and horror guy. I always have been, but I love every genre. I love the exploitation genre because you can make any genre into it. It's so brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, I love all the 80s exploitation movies from New World Pictures and Crown International and Empire, which is horror and sci-fi. Love all those. Yeah. Those are all good genres. Do you have any favorite actors, actresses?
Marilyn Monroe, of course. Al Pacino. Robert De Niro. Her Shizzle. I still have not seen what is it, The Irishman?
The Irishman? I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either.
I started it, but then when I realized it was over 2 hours, I was like, oh, I cannot do this right now. I'm trying to think of what is his name. I can't think of the guy he played. Oh my gosh, I have to look up. Where's my IMDb app? It's going to bother me. He's in Peaky Blinders, and oh my gosh, what's his name? Lord have mercy. Hold on, give me like 2 seconds. I don't even know how do you say his name. Cillian Murphy? Is that how you say that? Cillian.
It sounds familiar.
He plays Thomas Shelby in Peaky Blinders. He's also in Inception. He's in Batman. He's in The Dark Knight. As is, oh my gosh, what's his bucket? He plays Bane. Why am I blanking on people's names today? Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is amazing. And I am deep down inside bitter at Sam Neill. He's the guy from Jurassic Park.
Right.
He plays such an asshole in Peaky Blinders. He plays such an asshole that I just don't even like him anymore as a person.
I remember he played the bad guy in Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
Oh, yes. And I'm sorry, but Joaquin Phoenix, can we get a round of applause for his role in Jokers? Like, that was pretty awesome.
That was the most unsettling movie I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. Thank you.
I could not get into it.
I was almost offended and slightly confused when people were, laughing at certain parts. I was just like, you obviously don't understand, what's being said. You don't understand. That was not said to be funny. I just, was almost, a deer in headlights after I saw that movie. I was like, wow. can't believe it took this long for a movie like that to be made. And so many people after the fact, when they're like, oh yeah, I saw Joker, I'm like, oh my god, how did you like it? They're like, it absolutely sucked. And I'm like, well, it's not a superhero movie. And they're like, well, yeah, it's like Batman wasn't in it. And I'm like, in no way, shape, or form is it a Batman movie.
Yeah.
It's not called Batman. It's called Joker. Like, you obviously didn't know what you were getting yourself into when you were going to see that movie. So, I liked it. I thought Joaquin Phoenix did amazing in that movie, just like how he did amazing playing Johnny Cash.
Yeah, he was great when he played Johnny Cash, but I thought he was great in this too, but I just could not get into it. It hit too close to home for me because...
Well, see, and that just goes to show that you understand it, though.
Yeah.
That just goes to show that you understand that premise of the movie. Absolutely,
Yeah, you get a guy like me who's trying to be a comedian, and I have a mother who drives me crazy, and some people say I'm funny, some people say I'm not. I used to get picked on a lot in school and at work and shit. It's just it hit too close to home for me. It made me cringe, I couldn't get into it. But I thought he was good in it though, and
absolutely.
I loved Mark Maron playing De Niro's producer. And I was like, what the fuck is Mark Maron playing the producer and shit? Although I did hear him talk about it on his podcast about a year ago, saying that he couldn't believe he had just done a movie scene with De Niro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. For me, Tom Hanks is my favorite actor.
Oh, I love Tom Hanks. Did you see his Mr. Rogers movie?
Yes, and I loved it.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, so that's good to know that you liked it, because I want to check it out so bad.
Yeah, I loved it a lot. It was really good. I mean, it's not really about him. It's about how he changed this guy's life and helped him rekindle his relationship with his father. This journalist is what it's about. Let's see. Tom Hanks. Love Gene Hackman. I love James Woods. Jimmy Stewart. Jack Nicholson.
Of course.
I love a lot of character actors. Let's see, actresses. I mean, I love a lot of 80s movie actresses like Catherine Mary Stewart and Kelly Maroney from Night of the Comet. I love, let's see, Britannia Alda is one of my favorite character actresses. I've had her on the podcast at least 3-4 times now. A lot of them. How about movie crushes?
Matthew McConaughey. Like, Southern boy to the max. Like, he makes me love the University of Texas. Austin, baby. Horns up, baby, yes. He is hilarious as well. I follow him on Instagram, and his wife is amazing. Like, total, absolute crush. I don't know if I have an actress crush, so I'm trying to think of if there's, like, a chick that, like, besides Jennifer Lopez, of course, but that's a given for anyone just as, like, a human.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, actress-wise, like, I mean, I have to go classic on you, and, like, if I was gonna, like, try to swoon a female actress, it'd be, like, Sophia Loren or something, like, classic-ass, beautiful, gorgeous, classic, timeless person. Yeah, Sophia Loren. Oh, I love me some Sophia. She's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. God, I would just tit-fuck her to the max.
She's so beautiful. So beautiful.
I like James Franco.
Oh, he is so handsome.
Yeah. And, let's see. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Oh, my God. I literally get a hard-on when she smiles.
It's so cute. That's so classic, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's so, like, 90s crush.
Yeah, she was, when I was just hitting puberty, she was the girl for me that was there. I watched her in that movie, Trojan War. Remember that movie?
I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
Okay, Will Friedle from Boy Meets World. He
Okay.
he has a crush on this stuck-up bitch, popular girl at school, and Jennifer Love Hewitt is his best friend who has a crush on him, but he likes this bitch, and so he gets a study date with that bitch, and um, they're about to have sex, and then he has to go get a condom because he didn't have any condoms, and so the movie becomes, this, really bad night of trying to get a condom. It's so fucking funny. It's got Lee Majors plays the sheriff who helps him. Uh, Kathy Griffin, she's a clerk at this one store he goes to, like at the end of the night when he thinks he's gonna get that condom finally, and like he forgot his wallet at home, or he lost it along the way, and he's like, oh wait, I forgot, I'm short, and then she's about to take the condom back, and she looks down. in his crotch area, and he's like, "Oh no, I don't have any money."
Oh my god!
And there's this running gag where he's trying to catch the bus, and the bus driver is Anthony Michael Hall, and fucking he gets really pissed at when people don't have money to ride the bus and shit. It's really funny.
That is too funny. Oh my gosh! Oh, that reminds me of what's the movie we saw? Good Boys? Is that what it was called? There's like a group of 4 boys, and they all go on this adventure.
What's it called?
Good Boys. It came out like recently. Like Seth Rogen, I think, wrote it or directed it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And these boys go on an adventure for, I don't remember what it is, and they have to go buy a new drone because they destroy the one kid's dad's drone.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called Good Boys. That movie was hilarious.
Yeah.
I want to say that was a Seth Rogen film. Seth Rogen is another person who I'm just like, he's freaking hilarious. And I like him, too, because I've seen him on a few cooking documentaries that I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool because he's on the cooking documentaries, talk about food, but they're able to always bring it, like, circle it around back to him and his acting and his, like, they were talking about his writing and how he did stand-up as a teenager. His mom would drive him, sit in the back of comedy clubs when he was 15 years old so that he could do his comedy bits and things like that because that's what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's so cool. Like, you would never think of, like, wow, you're 15 years old. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Or, like, you'd think that a parent wouldn't be so supportive of it, I guess. And it's just so cool. He is such a pothead. It is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm a pothead too.
Aren't we all? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'll tell you this though. I kind of lost respect for him when he apologized for making the interview.
Oh, see, I never saw that, but yeah, that was kind of one of those stupid ass like political hands tied. Like we basically need to do this to like save your ass. Like you did some fucked up.
Yeah.
Now we have to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. I was supposed to see it at one point, but I didn't. But I was just so angry that he apologized for it. I get mad when anybody apologizes for something funny because I always say, fuck them if they can't take a joke, and joke them if you can't take a fuck.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I get really upset when comedians apologize, especially Eddie Murphy right now. He just apologized for all the gay jokes he did, back in the day because he's trying to get back into stand-up now.
Okay, so that's just like we watched, you saying that made me think of this. We watched,
Delirious?
No, it was a documentary. Kevin Hart did a documentary, like "Don't Fuck This Up," I think is what it was called. And it was basically about his life. It's only like 8 episodes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was pretty cool how it does go in depth. Like it talks about how he cheated on his wife while she was pregnant. And then all this stuff came up about tweets that he tweeted years ago about something about, like, if his son ever brought home another man or something like that, and, like, he would beat his son's ass or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And he's taking, I don't remember how long ago this documentary was made or anything. It was within the last few years, I'd say. But it was just kind of like, he's over here like, I'm not going to apologize for something I said years ago. I don't think that same way. I've grown and learned so much since I made that statement. Like, that's not the person I am. And so many people are like, no, fuck you. You said that, and that's who you are. That's how you feel. And even to the point that his, like, publicists and things like that are like, okay, so when you're on this interview, this is what you're going to say. And he's like, no. And then it finally gets to the point that I think he's on Ellen, and he finally just tells Ellen, like, look, I'm done talking about this. Like, I'm done talking about it. And then it blew up kind of again, because, again, he kind of was like, no, fuck it, I'm not going to apologize for it. I shouldn't have to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
He did it, he turned around and ended up apologizing. But I kind of agree with, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have the same thought process and mindset that I had 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I dated boys all my life, and I've spent 9 years now with a woman, and I plan to spend the rest of my life with her. You know, people change, things change, and it's just amazing, like, especially when you're a celebrity, like, it's because of who he is and the platform he has that he's like, oh, no, they're like, no, you have to apologize. Like, I'm not going to go back and apologize for some shit that I said on Twitter fucking 10 years ago. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I don't even know if I had Twitter 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Like, and it's sad because, I mean, how long ago did Eddie Murphy say that shit?
He said the year I was born.
Right? I mean, come on. Like, it's always something. It's always going to be something. Society always always has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
And they all stink.
Exactly.
I think that, you know, once Trump got elected, that's when all this shit started really getting ridiculous with you know, what people say, you know? And I hope, you know, whoever's the president next, you know, this shit will die down. I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope it doesn't get worse. I just hope it doesn't, you know? But at least comedy is dangerous again, because for a while it was like, heard it, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So before we get off the subject of movies, I was curious, what do you think about streaming versus DVD and VHS?
I mean, we do stream to an extent, I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
My thing with it is, it's just, I don't know, like, I think my thing with it is more like the internet aspect of it, of like, it's technically illegal, but then internet providers are like, oh, here, boost your internet so you can stream things, and then I'm sitting trying to stream something, and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of learned, like, when we do stream a movie, it has to be released on DVD for it to be better quality.
Right.
Because we've learned that people do still actually bootleg movies. People do actually legit go into movie theaters and still record that shit, which is hilarious to me, because even on your iPhone 11, it's not the same quality. It's not. So I'm kind of like, I do still buy movies. We just bought Sam's aunt a bunch of movies for Christmas because she doesn't stream. She has loss of hearing, so she's not very techy. She doesn't understand all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's our way of spoiling her. So we bought her movies like Hidden Figures, Crazy Rich Asians, movies like we asked her like what's her favorite movie, and she'll say, what's the movie with the penguin, the Happy Feet.
Right.
She loves, and I'm like, oh gosh, there's so many other good movies out there. Like we gotta update her movie collection a little. And same with my dad, actually. Like my dad lives up in the mountains. He does not stream. He's kind of like, if I have to sign up or pay for it, I don't want it. So in that sense, we buy him movies. He doesn't really rent movies because for him to rent a movie, he'd have to drive a half hour to the nearest store, probably. Mm-hmm. I like that though. I like having that DVD. We do still buy DVDs when there's certain things, like certain packs, like now they have like the 4K digital copies and all that kind of stuff, like I'll wait for certain movies to come out, just especially if it's being released with like a special booklet or as a series of some set. Like I have so much TV on DVD as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have the whole Home Improvement collection. I have the whole Roseanne collection.
Mm-hmm.
I have I wouldn't say almost all of the Grey's Anatomy, but like that's like one of my things. Like I love collecting stuff like that. I have all of Marilyn Monroe's movies on DVD. It's just like I could not imagine not owning those things.
Yeah, I have a huge VHS collection, huge DVD collection. You know, I started my VHS.
Do you have a VHS player?
Yep, I got a new one this Christmas.
Oh, that's cool. They're still making VHS players. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, because there's people who are into it, so they'll be making them for a while. But I started my whole VHS collection over again. I mean, eBay is getting really, really pricey, but it's really worth it for the quality that I get with my VHSs. But I watch streaming stuff on Netflix, and we just got Amazon Prime, and I watch it, if that's what's available to see the movie and stuff. But yeah. I prefer VHS and DVD the most. I saw that Eddie Murphy movie, Dolomite Is My Name.
Oh, was it good?
It was really good. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's a really good story about this guy who persevered, became a self-starter in an era when that was unheard of, and he made this movie, and it's just an incredible story. It's kind of like what I'm going through now, self-starting and doing my own stuff, But back then there was no internet.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie, I have to say. The one thing though I criticize about Netflix movies, they're so cheaply done. They're like watching an HBO or Showtime movie.
I have noticed that actually, like some straight up like Netflix movies do seem, that makes sense, like lower quality than a regular like budgeted, movie that's released in the theaters.
Yeah. And they don't do anything exciting. Like I want to see outtakes from the movie during the credits, and they don't even do that. If it's a comedy, they just don't do anything exciting like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If I get a deal from Netflix, I'm going to have that in my contract along with a lot of things. I want it to be the most streamed movie in the history of streaming. Mm-hmm. And I want it to be successful, and I don't want it to be dismissed as ordinary. I want it to be something special like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if I do my own Netflix comedy special and it's an hour, I want to do what they used to do on HBO back in the day, do wraparound segments at the beginning and end of it,
Yeah, yeah.
The reason they don't do that is because of the Comedy Central model of shooting it very cheap,
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's sad that they don't do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. Times have changed, that's for sure.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so glad. I did not know that you were this movie savvy. I'm so glad.
I try. I do try. I love, absolutely. We watched Three Men and a Baby.
Oh.
Just a couple of days ago because, again, I was watching Disney Plus and it just happened to pop up. And I got so excited because it was just kind of like a still of the movie. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen this movie in so long. And Samantha was like, oh, I've never seen that movie. And so that's the thing I'm learning from this girl is she is movie deprived. And there are so many movies that I've seen that she's never seen. I'm like, oh my God, we have to watch this. I can't believe you've never seen this before. So I'm working on her. I'm trying to teach her the ways of the movie Jedi.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Like her thing is sports. Like you want to talk basketball, football, baseball. Like even her family, like they're very sports savvy people. My thing is like TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
100%. That's just everyone has their thing. I'm a nerd. That's my thing.
Yep, that's my thing too. And God, 3 Men and the Baby. I remember that one scene where Tom Selleck is trying to tell Nancy Travis about the baby, and there's that French guy there, and he's like interrupting, and Tom Selleck says, "That's very good, Pierre. Where are you, an idiot savant?" I always love that line.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh my God! The first time I saw that movie, it was I think we rented it or something. It was the day that Geraldo got hit by the chair.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, the movie had just come out on VHS, and we were watching Geraldo getting hit by the chair like later on the news or something like that. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I watched it on YouTube just recently. Watched it more in depth to like see what was letting up and everything. Oh my God, it got really intense in there. I'm surprised that the people didn't cut the commercial. It was so intense, with racism on that episode.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, God, that's when I first saw 3 Men and a Baby, though, and we also saw Good Morning Vietnam too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a very underrated movie.
It really is.
I mean, it was huge at the time and stuff, but like, I don't think the movie gets as much respect as it should because the real Adrian Cronauer did not like the movie because he thinks that Robin Williams turned him into a clown,
Absolutely.
and stuff, and he was a lot more subtle than that, apparently.
Oh, Robin.
So, switching gears here, I wanted to get into one of my favorite subjects, which is sex. And I have an obsession with dildos.
Oh, Jesus. No, thank you.
You're not a dildo person?
Nope. Not at all.
You prefer the real thing?
Nope. No. Just my Samantha.
Yeah.
All I need.
Yeah. I collect them. I haven't talked much about this publicly, because I have overgrowth syndrome, which is Simpson-Galabi syndrome, and one of the effects of it and stuff, right? I can't always maintain an erection with every person that I make love to, so I always keep dildos around, so because I want to satisfy the person,
Absolutely.
and I mean. I have a reputation since junior high as being the finger bang master, but my hands, get tired after a while, so I got to use something else. So that's why I use dildos or vibrators.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Are you into voyeurism by any chance?
No. What is that?
You don't know what voyeurism is?
No.
It's watching people fuck.
Oh. Nope.
Yeah, I am totally into that. It all started when I was like 12, 13. My brother, who was 9 years older than me, he used to bring home girls all the time. And it started that way, And then as I got older and I started hanging out with people who were just as freaky as I am, it became a lot nicer because I want everybody to have fun engaging in sex. I don't want anything to be, not consensual, So, so in a way, I kind of regret listening to my brother and the girls that he brought home and stuff, right? But I like it much better when it's consensual, I want everybody to enjoy themselves. And so I'm definitely into that. There's a couple that I'm friends with in the Bay Area, and whenever I'm around, they let me watch them, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I remember, oh my God, in 2009, I went on a date with this girl that I met on a date website called Date Hookup. And this girl, she was at the time probably late 30s. and she had curly, reddish brown hair, and she had these eyes that the moment she took her sunglasses off, I got hard because they were penetratingly blue, you know?
Uh-huh.
They were gorgeous, gorgeous eyes. And we went and got bagel and coffee, and then we went and get pedicures, and then we had sex, and I did not know that she was married until she told me, like later, and she told me that her husband likes to watch and stuff. So, when in Rome, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a voyeur snob. Other people can watch, if they want to.
Well, that's cool. I mean, everyone has what they like.
Yeah. I mean, to me, sex is the greatest gift God has ever given us.
Very true.
hmm And it can be, no strings attached. It could be in love. It could be anything, and it's just the greatest thing ever. Are you into porn movies?
No,
Not no.
no.
Yeah, I collect porn movies, and I have lots of Playboys, and I interviewed that '80s porn star Christy Canyon. Oh God, she was fucking nuts. I'll tell you.
Uh,
She was just a challenge, and at first she accused me of asking her generic questions and stuff, and then I started telling her jokes, and she was laughing, and then she liked me and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So do you have any thoughts on sex?
I mean, not really. I mean, I'm not. I just. I mean, I obviously I enjoy it. It's that, like you're saying, it's one of the most pleasurable things there is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that, I don't know, not something I discuss often, I guess. Like, it's not really, I don't know, it's not a topic talked about a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to shout it from the rooftop and all that good stuff, so,
Yeah.
I don't know. You would love talking to my friend, though. My friend is the one. When it comes to sex talk,
Mm-hmm.
my best friend is the one.
Well, if you put me in touch with her, we could make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, she looks really cute in that picture. I think I would enjoy talking to her.
Her Christmas pictures. Do you like her Christmas pictures?
Yeah.
My best friend is 25 years. That's
Wow.
crazy.
20,
I love her.
25 years. Have you seen her naked?
Yes. As she has me. Yep.
Yeah.
His best friend. We met in band in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were nerds like that.
One of my good friends from high school. We've seen each other's dicks. We've watched porn together, and we've jerked off in the same perimeter.
There you go.
But I haven't seen any of my friends like fully naked though. I think it's more of a girl thing.
I think so too, absolutely. Because, heaven forbid, a guy sees another guy naked. You know? That's that stigma that, oh my gosh, you're gay. Oh, you looked at his dick, you're gay. Like, it's so wrong for you.
I have a theory that the entire world is bisexual.
I can see that.
Yeah, because oh my God, I don't know if it's because of recent times or anything, but so many people have come out about being bisexual or gay or something, and I just have a theory that the whole world is. It's just it depends on who the person is to admit it or to show it or whatever. It's very subjective, but I think the whole world is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's fucking awesome.
Absolutely. You got that right.
Yeah. Have you been to Pride in a while?
We went this year, but we didn't go, we weren't like down on the street. We were up in an office watching from above, which was actually amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the first for us to see it from that kind of viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
But it was awesome. We had so much fun celebrating, and Samantha's brother's company put on a really fun party. So it was really cool.
Mm-hmm. There's a Pride in New York. About a year ago, one of my favorite actresses was a guest speaker there, Ileana Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
I just adore her. I used to, her podcast, it was called I Blame Dennis Hopper, named after her book, but she changed the name of the show to The Movie Scene, and now she went from interviewing actors to interviewing really obscure people. I don't watch it as much as I did, but I absolutely adore her. I've been trying to get her on the podcast, but she's been super busy. But her and I, we could have long-ass conversations about movies, and she'd be impressed by my knowledge of movies, you know, and quite possibly intimidated. I've been hearing a lot lately from my mother. A lot of people are intimidated by how smart I am, and that's like they have no reason to be. I don't feel like I'm as smart as they think I am, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I get a lot of haters, you know. Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't know why they would be intimidated by my mind. I don't think I'm that smart as they think I am. You know, it's sad.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of their problem and their loss. Like, I don't know. That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Or so. But
oh, here's a
I'll
good.
take it personally. Moving on to better people and things.
Oh yeah, we've learned that.
Absolutely.
Oh, here's a good question. Is there a movie character that defines you? Like if you had to sum yourself up, you know, in a movie character?
I don't know. I always like to say I'm like Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way. But I'm not. Of course.
You are perfect in a lot of ways, Katie. I will say that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As are you, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
No, that's a good question, though. I'd have to really think about that.
Okay, well, mine is Peter Sellers and Being There.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Being There? It was his last movie. He got an Academy Award nomination. He lost to Dustin Hoffman. And Dustin Hoffman was great in Kramer versus Kramer, but Peter Sellers should have won because he played a multi-dimensional savant in this movie. He's basically a simple savant who accidentally ends up at the White House in Washington, and just by talking and being honest, he has changed everybody's lives. Like just by showing people how simple things can be, and that life doesn't have to be that hard. And so he becomes the honorary spokesman for the White House. And then after a while, he loses it all because it's revealed all he is just a gardener, from, wherever he's from. He's just a savant, gardener from wherever and stuff. And, just by being there, he just influenced, people's lives.
How cool.
And I think I do that,
absolutely.
When I was in the hospital and I had my car accident, my mom said, I touched a lot of people's lives, a lot of nurses and doctors' lives in there and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you gave all of us a good scare. Considering what you went through and how you came back from it and how you are, I think, still coming back from it. I think you are still continuously growing, as are all of us.
Mm-hmm.
You've come a very long way. Absolutely, yes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, after my best friend Spaz died in a car accident a couple of months before me, I just felt like it was the end for me. I kept thinking, why is he gone and I'm still here? Because he had a girlfriend, he had, a young kid, he had a good paying job, they were on the verge of getting a house. I mean, everything was just going good for him, and there I was, crashing in people's houses, and I lost everything. I just didn't know what the fuck I was going to do with my life, and the accident was just it was a blessing in disguise for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wasn't trying to scare anybody or nothing. I was feeling really down on myself, and it was just terrible, and this had to knock me down from that cloud and help me get back into things.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, 'cause I was just I was just done by that point. But I was
Absolutely.
so glad I came back, and I woke up from that coma on my mom's birthday, and it was sweet.
Best gift ever.
It was. I've never forgotten my mother's birthday, but my brother, on the other hand, has always forgotten our mother's birthday.
I don't think either of my brothers have ever forgotten our parents' birthdays.
Hmm.
I think it just kind of sneaks up on them. So then when I'm like, hey, what'd you get mom and dad for their birthday? It's like, oh yeah, oops, okay. I knew something was coming up. I just couldn't think of what it was. I'm like, oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I still have to send my mother her Christmas present, but it's cool.
Really?
Still love it. There's a store on Burlingame Avenue called Therapy.
Hmm.
And it's like I guess there's like a little thrift shop. Like, it's not underpriced for sure. Some things are, you pay good money for stuff in there. But I got her a mug a few months ago, actually, but it says, this bitch is from Burlingame. And she absolutely loves it. And I've never seen anything like it. I got her a towel as well that says Burlingame is home or something like that. They have really cute things that say like Redwood City on them. Or I got my best friend Veronica for Christmas. I got her a mug that says "You're my favorite bitch to bitch about people" or something like that with. You're my favorite bitch to bitch about bitches with, or something like that. It was hilarious. I saw it and I was just like, oh my god, I have to get this mug. Like, it just screamed her. They have such good gifts. I love getting people random stuff like that. Like, hey, it has a cuss word on it and I thought of you.
Back in 2016, when I went up to Hollywood for the first time in years, I went to this memorabilia shop and got my dad a Dirty Harry poster because he loves that movie. And
Yeah.
I finally just sent it to him last week, a couple days after Christmas, and I don't know if he got it yet. He probably did, but it took me a long time to like send it to him. I found it in my closet. I was like, shit, I should just send him this,
That's awesome.
Yeah, I should just send it to him and shit. And so I did, and gave my god sister some Starbucks gift cards. I put in this little gift box that looks like a little mailbox.
Oh, how cute.
It was green and red. It was all Christmas colors.
That's so cute.
It had a lever on the side.
Aw,
Yeah,
so cute. That's clever.
yeah.
So clever.
So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Exciting. So are you excited to start the new year off and start your health kick and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I've lost 1 pound so far. I've just, cut out sugar, and I've just been eating vegetables at dinner time, and haven't been drinking any soda, drinking lots of water. And exercise is the next step. We have a treadmill at our gym, and unfortunately, it's being repaired right now. It's busted, but that's like that's what I do whenever I go to the gym. I can't ride the exercise bike anymore. Just the arthritis in my leg is just way too much. And then we have a couple of weights there, but I've never been good at lifting weights. Even when I was playing football in high school, I was never good at it.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it 100%. Well, I'm working for a company now that sells amazing stuff that helps people lose weight. Samantha's taking some of it. I'm taking some of it, not necessarily to lose weight. I'm doing it more for just bettering myself and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own website now too. So if you're interested, let me know. I can always help you out with that kind of stuff. We have like keto friendly products. We have health and beauty products.
Yeah, we're looking into all the keto stuff.
Check it out. I got you. It works. I got you.
Nice. Yeah, I just got to get down because this is the most dangerously overweight I've ever been in my entire life. In 2006, I lost 130 pounds just by having a nutritionist and cutting all the junk out and just not eating after midnight. But it was easier because I was 23 and now I'm 36 and it's just a lot harder now.
Absolutely. When we get older, it is a lot harder, especially just because we're stuck in a rut in a sense. We're stuck in a pattern that you have to break. It takes 21 days to make a new habit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you think about it, isn't that bad. So if you just take little baby steps every day to better yourself, it will add up. It will make a difference. So if you could take 2 pills a day every day and lose 90 pounds in 3 months, would you do it?
Of course.
Dude, I got you. I'll send you my website, my KatherineLaRosa.itworks.com. I got you.
Awesome.
We are gonna change your life, and we're gonna help you lose weight.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta get down. This is the last time I'm ever gonna be overweight because.
Dude, I got you.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this together.
It's just too much for me, And the doctors told me this was going to happen. I was going to get depressed and I was going to gain weight, but they also said, you need to maintain the low weight that you have right now because, I went from 350 to 190 in the coma,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I mean, that's also, you should start by, even if positive affirmations and things like that. Like some people think like, oh, it's a mumbo jumbo. But if you actually actively say things or write things out positively, it does manifest. It does make a difference. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I'm right there with you, like getting out of a depressed rut, getting in your stuff, kind of. But it's also not healthy to go from such a high weight to such a low weight so quick. You want to do it in a healthy way because then you are able to maintain that number better. Mm-hmm. If you go from a high number to a low number that fast, you're doing damage to your organs and stuff like that. So you don't want to do that to your body.
Yeah.
Your body is a temple, Tommy. Your body is a temple.
Yeah. And, I got metal in my leg, so I can't, run anymore,
Mm-hmm.
People ask me, they say, what's it like, having metal in your leg and you can't run? Well, it's like putting on one of those brakes that you put on a car so no one will steal it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's like. Yeah, it's like that, and it really sucks because what if I'm in a 9/11 situation, and I got fucking run and hide,
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's fight or flight, as they say.
Yeah, but then again,
when the right moment springs, you will spring.
But then again, I'm protected by the Lord, so I just know that bad things aren't going to happen like that.
Absolutely, exactly.
So I got some funny jokes for you.
Yes.
You know the difference between a Rubik's Cube and a man's dick?
What?
The more you play with it, the harder it gets.
Oh my gosh. That's true.
Mm-hmm. You know why men like to marry virgins?
Oh gosh, why?
Because they can't stand criticism.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold-blooded.
Oh God, what was this one I had? Oh yeah, This is cold blooded. You know the difference between dog shit and an older woman.
Dog shit and an older woman, no.
The older they get, the easier they are to pick up.
Oh my gosh.
You know what happens to your asshole when you have an orgasm?
No.
He's out drinking with the boys. That's one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
Thanks.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Telling dirty jokes has been a very good thing for me on the podcast. A lot of actresses in Hollywood love dirty jokes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you can't go wrong with a dirty joke.
Yeah, I've been
Everyone needs a little sparkle in their life every now and then.
sparkle. Yes,
Sprinkle it.
sparkly. I put sparkles on my toenails when I paint them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, last time they were purple with sparkles.
Love it.
That was back in September when I was in LA at that time and stuff. Every time I go to LA, I paint them very elaborately. I wonder what I'm going to do in May when I go.
Yeah, you gotta do it big for LA. You have to do something bright and fun.
Mm-hmm.
I owe myself a pedicure. I gotta go one of these days.
Oh, you don't have a color right now?
Nope, I'm bare right now.
Yeah. Plus it's
That is naked.
Plus it's winter time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's been the way the weather's been here in Burlingame. It's been socks, long socks, shoes, closed-toed shoes, every day.
Yeah, when I was down in the Bay Area a couple of weeks ago, oh my God, I couldn't believe just how fucking the whole El Camino and San Carlos's apartments.
Yes. Building.
I was sad when I saw that. I loved it. I loved it when there was nothing there. I was there 9 years. I lived in San Carlos for 9 years, and I just loved how there was nothing there.
Even on the other side of like Laurel Street, like where town and all that is, they're building new buildings and apartments over there too. It's ridiculous. If it's not an office building, it's an apartment building.
Have you ever heard the Talking Heads song "Nothing But Flowers"?
Yes.
It's like the total opposite of that, but the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
You know, everything is becoming, just, small town areas are just becoming fucking corporate bullshit.
Yep. Exactly. Sad.
It is. It's very sad, and it's only going to get worse, I think.
Yeah.
Sad to say, and I don't like to be, negative like that, but it's true.
I agree. It is. The world's it's changing so quick, and it's just, I don't know. Build, change. I mean, I do expect change, of course. If we're not changing, we're not growing, but I also feel like the growth could be a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
The world's just crazy. Australia is burning. It's so sad. Climate change is real. Man. Sad.
Australia, yeah.
The koala bears. I'm so sad for them.
The koala bears, yeah. They're so cute.
I know, right?
Yeah. But God, yeah, it was pretty. I had a good time when I was down there. The only bar I went to was Sodini's in Redwood City to see a friend of mine, and oh my God, all the haters are like gone in the Bay Area. I didn't run into anybody. I was so happy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't see anybody ever. Don't see anybody. I don't go out of my way to see anybody. Nope.
Yeah. It was a crazy time when we were immersed in it.
Yep. Absolutely.
It was a crazy time, and I had some good times during that time. Those 2.5 years I worked at Swinging Door was the best time of my 20s.
Oh my gosh, the door. Oh, the door. Makes me want fish and chips.
Yeah. I put on so much weight. When I got there, I weighed 220. I left at like 260, 250, something like that. I put on so much weight eating those fish and chips.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I exercised a lot during that time. After I had lost all that weight, I was going to the gym regularly, you know.
Yeah.
And I was at the YMCA, and then when I turned 26, they raised the price. So then I left and went to Fitness 19, and I was there for a couple of years, and then I stopped going to the gym and stuff. We have a gym around here somewhere and stuff, but I just prefer going to the apartment one, so you know it's free that way.
Oh,
But yes, we will do this, and yeah, let me know the website, and
absolutely. And let's plan to chat when I'm with my friend Veronica. I'll try to plan a weekend with her,
mhm,
and then I'll let you know so that we can plan, so that way she and I can maybe be here on speakerphone with you.
mhm.
Or I can always just link the two of you on Facebook too, so you guys can just play and like get to know each other or whatever. I don't mind doing that either. So I'll let you know. I'll message you.
Oh, that would be perfect. Perfect. All right, hun. Well,
All right. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
okay. I'll talk to you soon, love. Love you.
Good to hear your voice. Love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Katie La Rosa. Ain't she a sweetheart? I love talking to Katie. She's so much fun. And I can't wait to meet her friend in the future and have some sex talk that way and stuff. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes!